Welcome back. Now, more than 200 workers from the Mandai Rainforest Resort will be further trained with the aim of helping senior employees acquire new tech skills. The resort is also hiring more diverse groups of job seekers, including ex-offenders and persons with disabilities. Now, the moves are part of two new deals the resort signed with labour organisations. The agreements also support flexible work hours as part of redesigning jobs. Now, speaking at the signing ceremony, Labour Chief Ng Chee Meng says such efforts are crucial to tackle the challenges of an ageing workforce.
We must see how we can put our collective efforts together to make these roles for our seniors more age-friendly, redesigning the work, introducing technologies, and maybe even dicing up the jobs into micro-jobs that would allow seniors to continue contributing meaningfully with dignity.
So can jobs really be diced up into micro jobs? Well, to explain what it could look like, we speak to Manpower consultant Adrian Choo. He is the CEO and founder of Career Agility International. Adrian, welcome to the show. Now, I got to ask you, what is it about micro jobs that makes it such an attractive option to the elderly, for one, as the government is looking at it, and also for the hospitality industry, as we saw in that example?
Well, I think the nice thing about micro jobs is that it's not it's just part of a job, and it could be either on a part-time basis or just part of a job in terms of specific tasks. Now, for senior individuals who may be retired in name but not in spirit, they may want to be more engaged with the economy. And as a result, they would be available to work these micro jobs. And I think there's a good demand for it because there's a good supply of very experienced individuals in the market.
Right. So I guess the question is, are we looking at the skills utilization of these people or the skills erosion of these people? I ask because micro jobs could perhaps be helping seniors stay relevant, but aren't we also in danger of relegating them to, very simple, low-value, repetitive tasks that don't actually use their life skills?
And that's a great point, Jill, because a lot of times people have this idea that micro jobs for senior folks should be menial type jobs, right? But what about the PMETs? They have a lot of experience to share, especially with the organization. So I think that we need to design the jobs around these individual skills and everything. But what's also unique what we also need to think about is, what is a senior? Because I do know individuals who are in their 50s, still young, who really have a lot more to give, but maybe perhaps they've been retrenched or maybe they've had a good package and they don't want to go back full time. So micro jobs could be available for them as well. And as long as these jobs are more about designed with them in mind, rather than letting them do all the lower level jobs, I think it can be scaled.
It can be scaled using skills.
Yes.
You feel that that's a model that's possible. Let me ask you then, do you think that there might be a growing tension perhaps with, as you said, the flexibility is there, the security, but micro jobs can offer freedom, maybe not so much stability? I don't know. What's your standpoint on that?
Well, for many of these senior folks, they could be at a stage in their life where they're not looking at stability anymore. So they may actually find it appealing that the job's unstable, in the sense that these are gig-based, project-based, short-term, very specific engagements. So these individuals may actually find it appealing. So they can spend like 2 days a week on the job, and the rest of the time with their family or traveling or with their friends on their own personal interests. So the lack of stability might actually be a selling point for them.
But lack of stability doesn't mean lack of protection, like in terms of, the kind of salary they get, the compensation in different areas.
And I think that I wouldn't worry too much about that because it's a free market economy. You're free to, if you feel you're not being paid enough, you can look for other roles. But Singapore government has lots of tripartite arrangements where if the employee feels disgruntled, they can always go get a redress.
Right. What role do you think that technology can play in all this, in enabling micro technology, and where's the tipping point between empowering a senior, for example, and maybe excluding them?
Yeah, actually, I am I wouldn't be too quick to associate seniors with being non-tech savvy.
Yeah.
My mom, she's 79, she's on Facebook.
Yep.
So I know a lot of individuals who are using AI now. So I think as far as technology is concerned, it can be learned, but I think in terms of leveraging technology, what the government should try and do is to use technology for job matching. Because, like for instance, on WSG, the Workforce Singapore, on their jobs portal, they should have a segment on micro jobs for seniors. So if the government uses technology to scale this idea up, I think it would be a great idea.
Okay, so I like that idea that you just mentioned. But supposing it can take off, can it take off to the extent that it fills a gap in our job market when it comes to the senior and the aged?
I believe it can, but it has to be, the job has to be designed around the individual in the sense of what his capabilities are, what his experiences are, and the jobs need to be dignified. I mean, you're not going to use it as a funnel for hey, we got spare capacity, let's just get some senior person to do this role. So the job has to be seen as dignified livelihood rather than discounted labor. So the moment you have a philosophy that, okay, these individuals have a lot of experience we can leverage on. In fact, these people, let's put them to jobs that AI can't do, or the younger individuals don't want to do, and we can't find people to fill in those slots, but are higher value add. And you bring them in, I think there's going to be a good outcomes all around.
All right, well, let's see if that indeed happens. Thank you for your insights. I've been speaking there with Adrian Choo. He is the CEO and founder of Career Agility International.